Hello and welcome to Tables and Pineapples with Reading Rambles. Today I'm going to give tips to people that want to get into reading but really don't know how to. These are for the people that want to get into reading but they don't know how or they don't know where to start. These are just general tips. These are not genre specific. These are just general tips. Number one tip for everyone is know what you like. What I mean by that is there's so many genres of books out there that you could just get lost, even in just one genre. For example, fantasy. There's so many fantasy books, there's so many fantasy genres and subgenres that you could get lost in that. If you have a specific genre for the movies or the series or the video games even that you play, then that could help with your taste in books as well. And if you're going to research on the books that you want to read, don't force yourself to read popular books. Not all popular books you will like. Not all popular books are up your alley. And just forcing yourself to read those popular books or the books that you heard mentioned by a lot of people that are into book reading, you might not like the reading experience that you might have. So even if something is classic or even if something is very popular on social media, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, you should not just buy it off the shelf just because it's popular. Look at the premise, look at the genre, and look at everything about a book before you spend your money on them and dedicate yourself to reading those for you to have a better experience in reading. Okay, a second tip for beginner readers is give yourself simple goals. Again, I think giving yourself simple goals could help you a lot. Like really help you into becoming a faster reader or a more efficient reader of yourself. Like, for example, you want to read a short book. Maybe even that short book is quite intimidating for you. Just set a chapter count. Maybe read one chapter a day, or maybe even page counts. Read 5 pages a day, and that could still be progress. That is still progress on the books that you are reading. No matter how simple your goals are on your reading processes, it's still an improvement. It's still getting through your book. It's still a way of getting through books and learning more and being immersed in worlds of these fictional books or even non-fiction, whatever you like. There's also goals that could fit your time schedules, in that not a lot of people have so much time right now because of work, because of school. But if you give yourself goals, like say a 10-minute break, 5 minutes of that, I'm going to read a few pages, and that's a simple goal that a lot of us can achieve. So my third tip is be smart with the books that you buy. No matter if it is audiobooks or physical books or even ebooks, be careful in buying. So many people, including me, fell for having so much books that they haven't read. There comes a point where a reader just buys and buys books that they think that they want, and they just buy and buy and buy, and they add it to a list called the to be read list. A lot of people know this list, and it's ever growing for a lot of people. Don't let yourself spend way too much money on so many books that you might not ever read in the future. Maybe buy 1 or 2 books and finish those first before you buy another book. Just be smart with your money and don't buy so many books that you will add to your TBR list. A lot of authors' writing style are not accessible, especially to readers that are just starting to get into reading. There's authors out there that have flowery writings. So even in that, if you want to start somewhere that's simple and nice, maybe don't go for the most absurd books, or research the authors that you want to read if their writing styles are flowery or if their writing styles are direct to the point. So my fourth and last tip is start. For so many people that wants to get into reading, they don't really start. They buy so many books. They buy books that they have researched, they buy books that they have read reviews on, but they don't really start reading them. If you really want to get into reading, and just anything in general, if you really want to get into reading, you need to start reading. That's just common sense. That's just general advice for literally everything. It's just, if you want to get into something, start. If you're not starting to read, you will not get into reading. I think that's one of the hardest things that a lot of people experience, is that they don't really start. They get stuck in this loop of just buying books or owning books or getting books, but they don't start one book. Starting is part of the process of reading. You need to start something for you to actually do it. That's my ultimate advice, is start. So that's about it. This video is just me giving advice to people that want to get into reading. And these are not rules. These are just tips and advice for people who wants to get into reading but they can't. And hopefully this video pushes you into saying, hey, I want to pick up a book and read it. Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe to Tables and Pineapples, the most absurd channel name ever. See ya. Bye bye.